Hello, welcome to your monthly reading for August. I hope you all are doing well. Let's jump in, see what August has in store for you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of the information to do so in the description box below. I would love to give you guys a reading. I've been enjoying all of them so far. They've been really great. All right, let's jump in, Virgo. Let's see what August has in store for you. I have clarity and truths, heightened intuition, and seeing things. Okay, so what may have been a little bit, confusing, a little bit foggy, a little bit unsure for you, maybe in the month of July with a lot of these significant changes that have been taking place in July. July was pretty intense for a lot of people. So maybe now you're finding that you're gaining a new sense of clarity and feeling really good about it. Okay, so maybe whatever is going on in your life at this time, things are becoming more clear. Maybe the direction that you're moving in is becoming a lot more, clear to you. And you now have a positive outlook on where it is that you're going. Okay. Let's keep going forward into this, Virgo. But so far, the reading is looking really good, okay? Some of the energies that I'm pulling out in a lot of these signs are showing that, there is a lightening up here in the month of August. So we will likely feel a lot of relief, okay? So it looks like you might be a part of that as well. I have intellect coming out. Again, this goes along with that clarity here in the truths. It's that you're being, really clear now, okay? You're very clear-minded, very clear in your thought and your mind, and you're now really clear on maybe, situations that have gone on in your life. Whatever's happening now, you have a very, very clear perspective of where it is you are and where it is you're going. So you're beginning to see the truth in all things now, where maybe things weren't so clear before, okay? I have obsession, my eternal thirst. Okay, so you might be gaining clarity on some kind of passion that way you have. Maybe there is some kind of passionate pursuit that maybe you've been putting off. Maybe you've just been saying, it doesn't really make sense for me to invest time and energy into this because, I have other things to do. I have other responsibilities to take on, but I've always wanted to make this dream kind of secretly come true. And now maybe that you're getting a clarity on maybe how you can make that dream come true. Whether that's something where you're going to pursue a new career where it evokes a lot of passion for you, or it may be that you're looking to take on a new hobby or do, something new in your life that you do find passionate about that maybe you've been wanting to do for a long time, or maybe you started something new that you thought wasn't going to be as great, and you're kind of like, I guess, but then it's turning out to be something that you really are excited about and passionate about, okay? Let's keep going. But so far, again, Virgo, this looks really good, okay? I have boundaries and respect. So you're getting a clarity on what exactly it is you find good and what exactly it is you don't find good. Okay. What feels good to you, what evokes passion in you, and what doesn't evoke passion in you. Okay. So this is good to be in a state where you're looking at, what feels good, what doesn't, what do I want to do, what don't I want to do, so that you're getting a very significant clarity on what you want to invest your time and energy and emotions into at this time. Okay. So this is a really good energy here. Okay. This may also be that, you had to deal with some challenging situations in the past, and now you needed to implement some, new boundaries with people and situations. Okay. So maybe, you had some family that was kind of pushing your boundaries a little bit and overstepping somewhat. And maybe you were really nice and conducive to that for a while. And you were just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's not even worth arguing about. So I'm just going to kind of get along. But now you're realizing that it really didn't make you feel that good. And so now you're evoking and setting up some healthy boundaries out of love for yourself, because you're becoming more clear on how this is making you feel. So now are more clear on what to do about it, okay? Let's take a look at the overall energy for August for you, Virgo. When you set up boundaries, it is an act of love for not only yourself, but for the other people as well. Okay. So I know it's hard to do, Virgo, but it's a loving gesture for everyone involved. Okay. Know that. I have the Seven of Cups here, okay? So this doesn't surprise me that the overall energy here in August was coming into, the month a little bit confused. Maybe you had a lot of options. Maybe there was just an overall state of confusion for you. Maybe you didn't know where things were going. You just really didn't know what to do or where to go or how things were going to play out. And you were a little bit emotionally fogged and not really seeing very clearly, okay? But it tells me that here in the month of August, either you are entering into the month of August with a new sense of clarity already, or you're going to be able to get this newfound sense of clarity as the month goes on. Okay. So everyone is in a different timeline, in a different situation at different points of progress. So go easy on yourself if these energies aren't exactly where you're at yet, but they likely will be. Okay. And sometimes these energies can either spill in from the month before, from July, or they can bleed into the month after, into like September. Okay. So just put them as they fit, take what resonates and leave the rest. But again, just kind of place things as you will. But basically, like, the gist of the reading is usually applicable to everybody here. Okay. But just maybe at different points in time. Let's take a look at the beginning of August, see what you're coming into the month with. Being really picky about what wants to bring out for you, Virgo. Really does want to give you a sense of clarity, especially with this Seven of Cups here, okay? So sorry, but bear with me while I bring out a message so that I maybe can bring you some clarity in this reading here. Ace of Cups, okay? So you're going into the month really contemplating issues of the heart, okay? These are matters of the heart. And really, with the confusion that comes in, these are very significant relationships that we have, with other people. And this, matters of the heart aren't that easy, okay? They can get very confusing very fast, and they can evoke a lot of emotions and a lot of confusion in us as to, what they hold for us, what feels good, what doesn't. I need to also instill boundaries, okay? With the Ace of Cups here, it's saying that there is a new clarity on saying, I need to love myself. I need to focus inward on me and what feels good to me, and put that as a priority, okay? And when you put that as a priority, you need to then instill healthy boundaries out of love and respect for yourself and for everyone else around you in your environment in order to be conducive to that goal, okay? So in order to give yourself love and put your focus on yourself, you do need to, kind of deal with the uncomfortability of instilling healthy boundaries with those around you in every aspect of your life, okay? So this is a really good energy to be coming into, Virgo, that if you aren't coming into this energy of focusing on the self-love, maybe this is going to give you clarity in this reading to say, this is where your focus should be. This is going to help give you clarity. This is going to help ease up some of that confusion on what to do and where to go and what feels good to you. You need to focus on yourself first. Does it feel good to me? Yes or no? Do I want to do this? Yes or no? Is that person pushing boundaries? Yes or no? Okay. So you're going to be able to feel into what feels good to you by focusing on yourself. And that then is going to create clarity in space so that you have time to feel your way through situations. Okay. Let's take a look at the middle of August for you. When our focus is on everyone outside of us and making them happy, that's when things tend to get very cloudy, very, confusing. Okay. So again, this is going to give you clarity. I'm telling you how, by shifting your focus inward to yourself so that things can become more clear. Okay. In the middle of August, I have the Page of Cups. Again, this is just being very kind and compassionate with yourself and where you've been, okay? This is honoring yourself. This is issuing forgiveness in the areas that you need to issue forgiveness in. And this is taking a very, innocent, childlike, loving energy of being innocent and kind and gentle with yourself, okay? With a little bit of a playful energy here. But this is also indicative of being able to find forgiveness, not only within yourself in old situations and things that are pushing your boundaries and making you feel in a type of way, but this is also finding forgiveness with others as well. And this doesn't necessarily mean that this has to take place outside of yourself and you have to, find that forgiveness or ask that forgiveness of other people. It's just forgiving them, okay? Maybe people have really crossed your boundaries. Maybe they didn't even know they were crossing your boundaries. And this is being able to find that sense of forgiveness within yourself so that you can free yourself and move forward. Again, when you're focused on the self and what's important to you and what's loving and kind to you, you can then free yourself by setting these boundaries and being able to find forgiveness, for they know not what they do sometimes, okay? And so this is going to open your heart space up to be able to receive more clarity, more love, more, things that are going to make you feel good. So this is a really good energy to be moving through in the month of August, Virgo. Okay, let's take a look at the end of August. See how some of this kind of plays out. Okay, at the end of August, I have the Six of Pentacles coming out, and I have the Page of Swords. This, again, is getting very clear on that give and take in all the situations in your life. Okay, this is really pointing to a, matter of the heart for me. Okay, so this is either involving, family members, a partner, or, other relationships, friendships, things that are significant in your life that really are heartfelt and mean something to you. Okay, so this is telling me that you're getting a real sense of clarity and actually voicing those things in those healthy boundaries, in how things and situations are making you feel. And you're getting really clear on what's balanced in your life and what's not, what's giving and what's not, what you're over giving to and what's no longer giving to you in return, making yourself feel balanced and whole. Again, you go into that heart center in space, you set those healthy boundaries, you're able to kind of forgive and let go and move past and take a lightheartedness to the situation. And then you enter into a state where you're very clear, very, very clear on this is good for me, this is not. This is balanced, this is not. This is where I'm overgiving, this is where I'm not. And this is what I need to do to find that sense of balance, whether it's leaving those people and those situations behind and walking away from them, or maybe you can then have an idea of how you approach a conversation with those people and those situations so that you can, speak out about how these things are making you feel. And so that maybe you can find some sort of resolution in these matters. Okay. This is going to play out differently for, everybody here. So this is really going to be something very personal to you that you're going to need to kind of find answers to and know what to do with this. Okay. All right. Let's get some advice for you, Virgo. Advice for the month of August. Okay, the advice I have for you is the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is a knight who's on a mission. Okay, so when you enter into this state over here at the end of August with, this Page of Swords, this is getting real sense of clarity here. Okay, which is coming out all over your energy here. This is in regards to, personal boundaries and how things make you feel inside. Okay, and your overall happiness and joy and fulfillment. So the Knight of Swords, it's saying in your advice, don't get too hasty. Okay, have these conversations, know how to move forward, and be very clear with your intentions on how you want things to go, but do it in a kind and gentle way. Even if these people and these situations made you feel a bit angry, a bit frustrated, and you're just kind of ready to be done with them or, resolve them really quickly, don't be too quick to action. Okay. So your advice here is take time to get very, very clear, know how you want to handle each situation, what sort of ideal outcome you would like in these situations, and maybe practice having those conversations with yourself before you then have these conversations with people in real time. So the advice here is don't act too hasty, don't act too quick, and also don't allow your frustration or anger in these situations to get the best of you and act a little bit recklessly. Okay, so just make sure that you're coming from a very grounded and loving space for yourself first, and then for the people and situations involved here. Okay, let's take a look at what's hidden here, something maybe you're not seeing that was pretty helpful. I have the King of Cups here in what's hidden. Okay. Again, what's hidden here is just you. This is you mastering your emotions and mastering what feels good to you and feeling really balanced and really solid and stable and mature in those emotions and those feelings. Not only feeling those emotions, okay, maybe you're not very experienced in feeling these emotions. You're very earthy, grounded energy, okay? So emotions might not come easy to you to know what to do with them, to know how to feel them, to know how to express them to people, or to know how to even process other people's emotions and feelings around you, okay? So this might be a whole new learning experience for you that I think you're going to be able to graduate from. If you take the advice that I'm giving you here in this reading, I think you're going to have a really positive outcome and you're going to really understand how to honor yourself first, honor your emotions, honor your feelings, and know that it's okay. It's okay to feel how you feel. And it's okay to set positive, loving boundaries with people and situations in your life out of honoring and loving yourself first, okay? So you're going to be able to level up into this King of Cups mature energy where you're going to not only be able to feel and process those emotions properly in a mature and healthy way, but you're also going to master how to express them in a mature and healthy way to others as well, because that really is, the majority of what we deal with in life. Our biggest lesson is dealing with matters of the heart. It is dealing with other people and learning how to communicate and express ourselves and honor ourselves and others at the same exact time. It's a very big challenge, but I think you can do this, Virgo. It looks like if you take these steps here and come from a very grounded, loving space, I think you're gonna, be very happy with the results here in August, okay? So let's take a peek into September and see what's coming in. Okay, let's see here. In the month of September, I have the Page of Pentacles. Again, this is moving into that lesson, okay? But the Page of Pentacles, it's learning the lesson. It's learning what was actually presented to you, what was asked of you in these situations, and taking heed of that, okay? I have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, and this is saying that, whatever situations it is that you're having to kind of now get clarity on and find, that, emotional stability within yourself and how you feel about these situations so that you then know how to handle them and what to do with them. This is saying here in the month of September, you're really going to have learned the lesson. Okay, you're going to have learned the lesson and you're going to be able to have grounded conversations about this with those you need to have conversations with, whatever that may be. Okay, because these situations clearly left you feeling quite disappointed, a bit sad, grieving, some kind of outcome here or some kind of, thing that you've experienced with this. Either way, it's left you in a state of feeling very sad, very disappointed in how things have played out, how they've turned out, and left you into a state where you may even have fallen into a little bit of a depression here. Okay, so this is saying here that if you put these, tasks that I'm giving you here into action, you're going to have learned the lesson in September, and you're going to confidently move forward and know exactly what to do. Okay, so you can do this, Virgo. I trust that you can. The energies here are really playing out in your favor. So I hope you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, Virgo, take care.